Hello, my friends. It's Indiana Homes and Lizzie, and we are here for a very special walk tonight. It is Monday, December 22nd, 2025, and we are in a place called Naples Island, and we're going to be walking the Naples Island canals, enjoying the Christmas cheer and all the decorations. So join us as we do our walk tonight. The people here in Naples, which is in Long Beach, California, go all out with their decorations. Let's take a look at what they've got going here. Very amazing decorations, absolutely. Oh my gosh, look at this, an entire little Santa's workshop village right here for you. Yes, indeed. This is incredible. Oh, and we have a little band going over here. Let's check this out. All right, we have some musicians here. Mr. Grinch. Wow, that's so spectacular. Okay, so here is what this is all about. It is all about the canal. Here we are, guys. Look at this. The Naples Island canals. The people that live in this neighborhood, really put time and effort into celebrating the holidays. You can see the canals down here, and the houses all along the canals are decorated. Hold this for a second here. Keep walking. Adjust the microphone. Okay, maybe that's a little better. Oh, we got Christmas carolers. Oh, that's so cute. The kids are singing some Christmas carols. Awesome! You guys are awesome! Thank you so much! We need signage. We have not only Christmas celebrated here, but there are also residents who celebrate Hanukkah here. So you'll note the difference between the Christmas lights, which are generally red, green, and white, and the Hanukkah celebrations, which often are blue or blue and white. It's the holiday season. So these canals go throughout this island. About 5,000 people live here in the Naples Island community, which is made up of 3 islands. Here we go. Look at, we have a giant dreidel. How cool is that? And here's a star. And a dreidel. Very fun. And we've got some more musicians over here. to their beautiful home here. Get up here. I'm going to say, see down the canal the other way. And this gorgeous house right here. Dear old man, and another one. People here generally don't decorate the houses themselves. Some of them do, but it's pretty common to see right after Thanksgiving, or even before Thanksgiving, crews of professional holiday light teams putting these lights up on these houses. It's an incredible winter wonderland. And there we are. Look at these houses. What lucky people they are to be able to live here in this amazing place. You've got boats going by here. These are little electric boats. I think they call them Duffy boats. Here, more houses and docks and canals that go all through here. I think most people are probably very knowledgeable or aware of Venice, Italy, and Venice, California. Venice, California, which is actually part of Los Angeles, was created and so is Naples here in Long Beach, California. It's so nice to see like the local children and adults playing music here. Wow, look at this house here. This is pretty incredible. All kinds of Christmas trees with Santa hats. Pretty amazing. Oh wow, look. This place has so much light. They've got, there must be thousands of lights here lighting this up. And on top they've got, oh my gosh, they've got all these birds on a wire here. That is an amazing number of cockatiels. And there's Santa in his undies up there. And there's a guitar up there with a snowman playing guitar. Pretty cool. Newport Beach also has many houses that are decorated with as much care and spirit as they have here in Naples. And Naples has something called the Naples Boat Parade that they do every Christmas, where the boats go through all of these canals with floats and lights and Santa and reindeer and dolphins pulling Santa along the water. For about 50 or 60 years, the Naples Boat Parade had a tradition of having a 50-foot, I think it was about 50-foot or 25-foot, fire-breathing dragon that would actually spew fire out about 20-25 feet ahead of itself. But from what I understand, they no longer do that because I guess the parade could not get insurance anymore because of the crazy dragon. So, unfortunately, we do not see the dragon anymore. I was fortunate enough to see the dragon many years ago when I first learned about the Naples Island Boat Parade. Look at this. beautiful tree inside. Merry Christmas. And over here we got Mili Halikimaka across the street there. Fun, huh? The weather is fantastic tonight. It's supposed to rain for the next 3 days at least. They say we may get a year's worth of rain in just 3 days here in Southern California. Here's one of the bridges. If you look carefully, you can see that even this bridge here is decorated. Look at these little Christmas piggies. How fun is this? Christmas piggies. And we have another little small band here. Local kids. Along the canals. All right, here we go. We'll take a look from the top of the bridge here. You can see there's cars actively driving through here. Ah, this is so magical. Look at this, guys. Wow, now this is the Christmas tree. Look at the boat.
if someone's driving me.
More of a tropical kind of thing going on here. We've got a Santa on a paddleboard up on the roof with some reindeer.
Nicholas, lean your ear this way. Don't you tell a single soul what I'm going to say. Christmas Eve is coming
See if I can
soon.
zoom in so you can
Now
see
are
Mr.
you,
Santa
dear
up there.
old man?
There he is on his paddleboard.
Whisper what you bring to me. Tell me if you can. When the clock is striking 12,
Another Santa right here.
when I'm fast asleep,
Snowman and a Statue
down
of Liberty.
the chimney, broad
Very
and
cool.
black,
Oh my gosh, look at that.
with your
That is
pack,
amazing.
you'll creep.
Oops, sorry.
All the stockings you will find hanging in a
A lot of people taking
row.
pictures here.
Mine
Dodge
will
people
be
taking
the
pictures so I don't get in their
shortest
way.
one. You'll be sure to know.
I'd like to say hi to all of our friends that are in colder climates than we are. Hope you guys are inside and enjoying the warmth of a fireplace, maybe some hot chocolate, some marshmallows over a fire. This is how we do Christmas in Southern California.
Johnny wants a pair of skates. Susie wants a sled. Nellie wants a storybook, one she hasn't read. Now I think I'll leave to you what to give her rest.
California, folks.
Choose for me, dear Santa Claus,
of
what
sunshine,
you think is best.
warm weather, and in this case, canals. I think most people are more familiar with the Venice canals because a lot of movie stars bought homes on the Venice canals in Los Angeles down by Marina del Rey decades and decades ago and continue to do that. But the Venice canals were mostly filled in. I think there's only one canal left, maybe two. So there really isn't much to show at the Venice canals in Los Angeles compared with these canals here in Long Beach, which is a completely different city from Los Angeles. Long Beach is south of Los Angeles. It takes about 40 minutes to drive, 30 on a good day, like with no traffic, 30 to 40 minutes to drive from Long Beach to LA or from LA to Long Beach. All the lights. This is a great way to lead up to Christmas Day. Walking and enjoying everybody's holiday decorations. They had their boat parade here, I think last Saturday. I did not come to this last week because I had a couple parties to go to, and I'd been here a few times over the years for the boat parade, and it is complete insanity in terms of like massive quantities of people where you can barely walk and barely breathe. So this is a bit better. Look at these giant nutcrackers in this house. That is pretty awesome. Another bridge decoration. And we're getting our stair steps in today. You gotta go up and down stairs to get over the bridges to get to the next section of the canal on the next walk. Oh my gosh, look at this pretty wild. Okay, so now I think we better cross over. You get a message?
Up on the housetop, reindeer paws. Out jumps good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney with lots of toys. All for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who would it go? Ho, ho, ho,
Lots of boats going through the water tonight.
up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good sing.
You want to go back down that way, or do you want to just go this way? Go down there. Now we can go over to Treasure Island. Yeah, because I mean, if we go back this other way, the way we just came, but on the other side. This looks like two giant Christmas presents here. Amazing. Palm trees with Christmas lights. Definitely a California thing. I don't know if they do this in Hawaii. I'm sure they do. They have more palm trees. Well, I don't know. We might have more palm trees than Hawaii. It's hard to say. Palm trees are not native to California. They were brought here by film crews in the 1920s to make certain environments and landscapes look more like an exotic land. Now, as we look across the water here, this is another island among the 3 islands of Naples Island. This is actually Treasure Island across the water there. That is the smallest, most exclusive island that has the most expensive houses. I think starting in my early to mid-20s, I started coming down here with one of my buddies, and we would windsurf in this bay here. The bay here that Naples Island sits on is called the Alamitos Bay, and that is derived from Rancho Los Alamitos. Oh, look, people cooking yummy food. All of these different neighborhoods, counties, were all Spanish land grants originally. So there's Rancho Dominguez, Rancho Los Cerritos, and Rancho Los Alamitos, and more. So this giant body of water out here where they have, you can see out there's Christmas trees out there. Way out there's Christmas trees floating in the water. This is the Alamitos Bay. They do a lot of sailing here, a lot of races. Racing boat community is very, very strong and popular in this particular area. This is all one house here. It's all decorated. Crazy, bright, wild. I'm getting warm now. Yeah, I am unbuttoning my coat. I've got a flannel on underneath this. Normally this neighborhood, Naples Island, is very quiet and very chill. And you can walk through here most any day or night throughout the year and only run into a few people, maybe a half a dozen people. But at Christmas time, everybody decorates their houses, or a lot of people decorate their houses, this becomes a destination for people that love Christmas decorations and Christmas lights. Okay, might have to walk down that way. That looks pretty interesting down there. So this is Treasure Island over here, and this is still one of the other islands of Naples. There's 3 islands altogether. So I think we'll walk down to the other side. It looks like there's some really nicely decorated homes.
Jolly old Saint Nicholas, lean your ear this way. Don't you tell a single soul what I'm going to say. Christmas
You never
Eve
see
is
this
coming
many people in this neighborhood except during Christmas time. This is wild.
What you bring to me, tell me if you can. When the clock is striking 12, when I'm fast asleep, down the chimney, broad and black, with your pack, you'll creep. All the stockings you will find
I wonder what it costs
hanging in a
to
row.
light these homes during the holiday season. And I wonder what the professional decorators charge in the city of Long Beach. Probably thousands of dollars. Wow, this house is really nice. Look at all these lights, the giant Christmas tree in there, the garden, everything. Of course, there's another Christmas tree, another Christmas tree.
Johnny wants a pair of skates. Susie wants a sled.
Very traditional Cape Cod looking style house. You'll see these a lot in Newport Beach along the sand,
One she
and on
hasn't
Newport Beach
read.
Island, and also here.
Now I think
See a few of
I'll
these.
leave to you
And,
what to give a rest. Choose for me, dear
A little history on Naples Island. I looked this up, did a little investigation. Naples Island was actually just sort of a marshy area, like much of Long Beach and Seal Beach and Huntington Beach was. But back in the 1920s, a gentleman, I forget his name now, I should have written it down, he decided that he wanted to build his own version of the Venice, Italy canals here in Long Beach. So he bought up all this area and he dredged the marshy land here to create the bay, the Alamitos Bay, and then all of these islands, these 3 islands here that we're walking on, are all man-made islands. Yeah, so these are all man-made islands here. They're all just like sand piled up on top of sand, piled up on top of sand. And then the canals were all dug out or dredged out. So this is a completely man-made neighborhood. I mean, most neighborhoods are, right? But most neighborhoods don't have canals like this. So this was a completely man-made area within the city of Long Beach. All this happened in the 1920s and 1930s. I think the first plots of land here were being sold in the early 1930s, 32, 33, with a lot of the original houses being built between like 1932 and about 1949. Of course, many of these houses, if not most, have been renovated or torn down. You can see we've got 2- and 3-story houses, and these houses were not original. This one might have Although look, you can see it's under renovation right now. They put some new windows. So, like a lot of neighborhoods throughout the cities, throughout California and the United States, these homes are continually being renovated and rebuilt and torn down and new houses put up as they get new owners. We got to go up another section to go over another bridge. Dodge cars going through here. Well, I'm actually really hot now. Lizzie and I dressed for the cold, but it turns out it's not that cold here. I think the closer you are to the water, the warmer it is, because it takes water a really long time to heat up or cool down. If you're living like in Los Angeles City or further away from the water in one of these coastal towns or in the valleys of Southern California, it'll be much colder in the winter and much hotter in the summer. But here we are down here at sea level, and it is very warm now that we've been walking around with our pretty wool coats. Neck scarves. It's not so bad up here. It's not as crowded up here as it was where we came in. We came in on one of the major streets, and like most people do. And so we encountered a ton of foot traffic when we first got here. And now we're further away from the beginning of our journey. It's much less crowded. This is a classic little house. Very light. Wow, these people strung lights, big lights, all the way from their house across to this pole here.
Yeah, we had it for like 2 hours.
Yeah, that makes sense. You guys want to come over?
So cool. I want to get it into the dictionary. That is the term of the new term of 2025. Children love training success. It's a pretty sight here. There's people in the water on paddleboards. I don't know if you can see them. There's 3 of them. And they're paddleboarding through the canals. They're fully dressed. So if they fall in, they're going to be wet rags. But hi guys, Merry Christmas! Wow, that is some skillful paddling there. As long as you don't catch a wake from a boat and then knock you into the water, and then you'd be all wet. Those inflatable paddleboards are really popular. You see them at all the beaches all around Southern California. I'm sure all around the world as well now. This looks like C-3PO on a speeder R2D2, and they have their landscaper all decorated for Christmas. That's cool. Oh wow, like, there's all kinds of stuff going on here. Setup over here with the simple manger. Still showing their Christmas spirit. Oh, look at this house. It has red and blue and green. It's got it all going on. Wow. That's awesome.
Jolly old Saint Nicholas, lean your ear this
Ooh,
way.
I hear some trumpeters. Oh, this looks like the Sesame Street gang here. And we've also got a snowman Santa in the background here. Happy looking pooch. Says Tropical Winter Wonderland 2025 Pickle Me Christmas Award. So it won some kind of award. The Pickle Me Christmas Award. Maliki Maka Maka. Maliki, that's a tongue tire for me. Oh, look at it. They've got these cute dolphins. And palm trees. Maliki Maka. Maliki Maka. Boy, that's a hard one for me to say. We have another person. This house across the way is off the hook. That is crazy. They went all the way up to the top of their roof and strung lights. We'll look at that in a minute. We still got some houses over here to look at. Some traditional Christmas garlands. Christmas tree in there. But this house over the way here, this is pretty incredible.
One she hasn't read.
Look at this. I don't know if you can see that very well. That is pretty amazing.
Choose for me, dear Santa Claus, what you think is best.
Christmas tree up in there. Lots of boats in the water. Here comes another one. We'll take a look at this from here. Oh yeah, see that boat has holiday spirit. They've got lights all strung up around the top of the canopy of their boat there. How picturesque is this, friends? Pretty spectacular. Merry Christmas! Cooperating with my ankle. Nearly went down there. Almost crumpled into a pile. Snowflake house, very nice. Geese. Christmas geese. And this house has got a bazillion lights on it here. Going all the way across the walkway. Looks like they have a little deck here with more lights. Very fancy. Oh, and they've got a couple of giant nutcrackers. Wow. 75. I don't know what the is pretty awesome. And this one won Tropical Winter Wonderland Island Breeze Prize. Island Breeze Prize. Wow, look at the size of the TV in this room over here, honey. This is the biggest TV I've ever seen. That must be like 108 inches maybe. Wow, that's huge. Buon Natale. Well, look at this. There's a boat over here, one of those little Duffy boats. That's a pretty big one. And it is all lit up. It's got lights going like crazy. Oh, and look at that giant bow there. See that where that bow is? I read about this in the newspaper, that this house, which you can't really see because it's hidden by an exterior wall, was done by some famous architect, and that is the tallest door in Southern California, from what I understand. That is one entire door. It opens up as one giant door. Unless somebody's topped it. But a few years ago I read about that, and I came down and I looked at that house and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You can't really get a full effect of how big how tall that door is unless you're right there. Oh my gosh, there's a giant shark over there on that one. This is a classic looking house here. This is classic, beautiful. And here is the new trend. The new trend is projecting decorations on your house. But this over here, this is something else. Look at that. There's a giant shark eating everybody. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's pretty far away. Across the water. Well, that, my friends, is Naples Island Canals and the Christmas holiday lights. Oh, look, there goes a kayak in the water. A kayak and a paddleboarder. Wow, pretty wild. Merry Christmas!
Please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notifications button. Thank you very much.